Hey guys, welcome back to a beautiful day. So we're starting off our day here at Steins. We kind of were discussing the front stone wall area where we put our hardy pampas grass, and we decided that we were going to try to put a new plant in that area to add a little bit more interest to the wall, especially once we move it back, to try to fill that area out. And here's what we decided. The black laced elderberry. They get to be about 6 to 10 feet tall, and they're going to fill that area out quite nicely. We do have the laced up elderberry near the house, and now because we'll be putting this one in along with having that one there, we will start getting berries. They will pollinate each other, and we'll start getting elderberries on the plants. Along with the black laced elderberry, we're going to pick up a little bit of peat moss to make our own potting mix. So we had to take a little break. Somebody wasn't having it. So we're taking a break in the annual section to get a little grub. Now here's everything we got from Steins. We got our 2 black lace elderberries. We picked up our peat moss, some woodpecker suet, and some seed potatoes. Then we got our Supertunia latte. We got 3 of those to go along with our Coleus. That's going to get potted up here in a little bit. And then we picked up a hardy hibiscus red, or Luna red. And then we wanted another echinacea. We were looking for the like a purple one, but they didn't have the selection we wanted at Steins. It didn't have much in the way of the purple. So we got this one. This is the Cayenne Spirit. Or Cheyenne Spirit rather, and this one's gonna get a variety of flowers, different colors: cream, yellow, gold, orange, scarlet, red, and purple. 24 to 30 inches and spreads out about 18 to 24 inches. That'll make its way into the garden where the rest of the echinacea are. Quick update on the blueberry plant. You can see that we have some that are starting to ripen. We're not quite there yet, so we're gonna keep monitoring it, keep it going. Hopefully we'll be picking some morning blueberries in the near future. Our Scotch bonnet, I think I counted out somewhere between 11 and 12 Scotch bonnets have started. So once those come into full bloom, we'll try fully ripen. I'll try to pick those out and see if we can make some hot sauce. And like always, I love to update the St. John's wort. The Florberry Sangria St. John's wort. I just think they are gorgeous looking plants. I just love the color differentiation and how everything just contrasts on itself. This red hot poker is looking great. We have another one forming over here.
Need a well?
Smell it. The lemon tree's doing really well. Got 1 lemon started there, and the other one hidden back here. We got a bunch of others that are blooming and coming out. We'll see how many we end up getting off this tree. The Gaillardia's bloomed and it's coming in nicely. And so is the Veronica. It's starting to get flowers. And all of our echinacea, they're starting to bloom. We're starting to get the coneflower heads on every single one of them. I'm out here, it seems like every day, picking weeds, but I can show you right now that the pumpkins are starting to come out, and so are the sunflowers. A couple pumpkins over here, 3 of them over here, and these seem to be doing pretty good. We do have one here. I didn't think we were gonna have anything pop out of this bed. We got 4 coming in here. Another 4 here. Another 2. Another 2. Nothing over here. We did replant this area because nothing seemed to be coming out. I did, when I was digging through, did see that there was a seed in there that was starting to bloom out of the seed. So we'll see what ends up happening with that one. And these are our big boys. We got 3 of them. One here. Here it looks like something is starting to eat the leaf, so we may have to start covering these soon. But these are the ones that are going to produce pumpkins about 200 pounds. And I thought I'd show you guys this. This is our wild raspberry bush. We're pretty sure it's raspberries. I guess we're going to have to dig into it a little bit more. Right now we don't have any fruit that is fully ripened yet. But it's all starting to come in. There's going to be a lot of fruit out here in this. So we'll be coming back and checking on it soon.
Okay, so today we're in the front of the garden bed we've been working on. This is an area that kind of has some unique considerations because of the fact that we live in a bi-level house, and this window right here is the lower level bedroom. So when we're thinking of what we're going to do in this area, we have to keep in mind that this has to stay open, not only so when you look out this window you're not looking at just a huge shrub of plant material, but that you can egress, right? So in the future, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe we might do some type of low ground cover evergreens, but we're going to hold off until maybe next year. In the meantime, my sister-in-law was nice enough to give us this awesome large blue pot, and I was thinking of just planting up a container right here. We've got two different plants to do that. The first one is Supertunia, and the variety is Latte. It's a really pretty white flower with like a purplish, almost brown looking middle, but it's a really deep purple. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not, and I never have been, a super huge petunia fan, but we watch Laura from Garden Answers a lot, and she basically convinced me to give them a try. So I'm hoping that'll bring some nice color to the area. In the middle, I've never done this before, but I'm going to use a Coleus. When we went to our garden center, traditionally I would be drawn to using a spike or a grass for the centerpiece, but it's a little late in the season already, and they had kind of slim pickings when it came to annuals. So we're going to give the Coleus a try. I think it'll look really nice, the deep purple of the Coleus up against that deep purple of the Supertunia. So we're going to go ahead and get them planted up.
In the last video, I'll link it below, but where we planted the hardy pampas grass. And I talked about moving this wall, so I decided to take a few stones over and see how it looked. And based on where I put it in relationship to the other one, I think it lines up pretty good. So I'm going to move some of this. This is going to be an ongoing process. I'll probably start this video and it'll take me a couple days, so I'll show the finished result in a different video. But I do have to have Michelle go through this and pick out what she wants and what she doesn't want for rocks to stay in the wall, and what she wants to possibly put other places in the landscaping. Because there seems to be a few pretty large ones kind of hidden in the mix. First thing I want to try to do is try to create an outline of where I want this wall to go. Try to put all the bends that we want into it and see if this is what we want. And then we've got our black lace elderberry that we were going to put in this area. So after we get the wall where we want it to go, we'll kind of measure things out and see where we think the elderberry will fit on this side. And then we'll take a look at the other side and see where it'll fit. So we've decided this is probably going to be the new shape of the wall. I mean, it could change as I'm filling it in, but as of right now, this is the bend we're looking for to kind of mimic the other side. More or less what we got to do is tip the wall over and just start building it up. I mean, it's going to be a lot more labor intensive than that, but that's about what we're looking at. We've got everything spaced about where we need it. The hardy pampas grass did have to get moved back about a foot to mimic the other side, and the black lace elderberry is spaced right between the hardy pampas grass and what we now discovered to be a honeysuckle bush with what we thought was a vine or a weed turns out to be a wild grapevine. Now, I'm not sure how we're going to handle this quite yet, because the wall does go straight through the middle of it, and there's a lot of this honeysuckle that is dying and needs to be cut back a little bit further. So we want to trim this up, try to make this look nice and get rid of all of this, so then we can continue the wall on the other side and possibly start putting more of the black lace elderberry through this entire wall. So eventually this wall of green space will become a black lace wall. But that's going to take some time, and we won't be finished with that anytime soon. So to start with, over the course of the next week or two, I'm going to be taking care of this wall and getting this all set up and squared away. We got the 2 elderberries to plant up here, so we want to get those in right away, and I have a few plants I need to get transplanted. That boulder was so big I didn't have enough dirt to fill in the hole. So I have to use some of the soil that we have on the driveway to fill all this in. All right, so we got the black lace elderberry in place. Spaced out nicely. Between that and hardy pampas grass. Just like the other side. Get everything spaced and put in the relative spot where we think everything should be. The wall could change, maybe come back a little bit further or have more of a turn. We'll figure out what we're gonna do there. The next step for over here is going to be create a garden bed. I have some edging, I'll put that in, and then when we get our mulch delivery for here and for over here, we will redesign this bed, we'll mulch it all down, and we'll have a brand new area. Now, whether this happened purely by coincidence, we had a nice space in here that we really didn't have anything. And Michelle had mentioned before we went out to Steins that she was looking for a purple coneflower echinacea. And we couldn't find that, like we said earlier. We found this Cheyenne Spirit, which is gonna have purple in it, but it's gonna have enough of the different colors that we have here that it's going to blend in well and hopefully give us some of the purple we're looking for. So this hosta is looking a lot better than it did last year. We had a large evergreen that was right in this area. It kind of took up this whole area, but a lot of it was dying on the back end and on the inside. And it had encroached over onto the hosta, so it wasn't doing as great. So it's obviously come back in full strength. So we're gonna go through, we're gonna weed this area, and then we're gonna dig up the hosta and transplant it and split it some. So this entire area will eventually become one large hosta, or one large hosta bed. I think that's about right. So what I'll put that in, and then the extra piece I have, I'll find a new home for it, maybe down in by the smoking or the grill area. All right, there you have it. That was one big shrub we made into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And we have one more to transplant someplace else, so 6 total. All right, let's go find the owner home. A couple weeks ago, we removed the stump from this area that was dead, and we have nothing to put in this spot. I think this is a good spot for that extra hosta. And I think it goes along well with the rest of the hostas that we have here. All right, the hostas are in. We're giving them a nice soak. I know we got the rain on the way potentially, but the way this year's gone with our drought, you never know really how much rain we're really gonna get. So thought I'd give these a nice soak before the rain comes in case we don't get much of anything. I would say it's a great finish to last couple days. We had a good run at Steins, got a lot of fun stuff, got a lot of things that we were needing just to finish out some of the areas. We were able to find, thanks to Amanda, get a pot for that area and then fill it in with some different things, the Supertunias, lattes, and the Coleus. So hopefully that'll fill in, look nice, give it a nice little pop of color, a little centerpiece for that area. All of our fruit's doing real well, whether it's the wild fruit like the grapes and the raspberries, or whether it's the elderberries, hopefully, that we'll be getting soon. Blueberries are coming in. Griffin got a first taste of the blueberries from a blueberry bush at Steins. So hopefully you'll be excited that we'll have our own blueberry bush to pick from. We got two lemons coming in, but it looks like we might be getting a lot more. I don't know, we'll find out. Overall, it's been a good couple of days. The echinacea is looking good. Looks like we're gonna have some of those coming in. It gave you a good fill-in. Pumpkins are doing great. I'm tickled. Everything's been going really well this growing season. I don't want to jinx myself, but hopefully everything continues. We'll get the garden up and everything get planted a little late, but hopefully everything will come in nice. We might have a late crop, a late harvest. So I think we're gonna call it. Rain's starting to come. So thanks guys for watching. We'll see you soon.